Yes.
Nicola, you don't have a stomach whatsoever. There's no, not even a plastic stomach.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Mechanical, like a bionical stomach.
No.
And you were born with a stomach.
Yes.
Okay, so walk us through that. How did it happen that you no longer have a stomach?
What?
First of all, because when I said, like even Tessa over there, when I mentioned it, like I sent a voice note because we spoke at the wedding, right?
Yeah.
And then I've sent her a voice. I'm like, you will not believe who our next guest on the podcast is going to be. It's a woman without a stomach. To just recap, you have got zero stomach.
Yeah.
So, okay, before we get all the girls that are watching this going, you lucky bitch. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not at all that.
No.
Okay. So, how did it happen that you don't have a stomach anymore? Like you don't even have a little bag. It's just no stomach.
No stomach. The doctor did. So, what the doctor did do is he, obviously from the esophagus and then the smaller intestine where they meet, he made a 50 milliliter reserve. Now that, I found this out because it's interesting, and I thought it would help, is basically the size of like a very like a toddler, but like a very like early stage toddler, not newborn. I think it's like 30-40 milliliter. But
so you've got this essentially a tiny stomach, like a little extra reserve little thingy there. That's the size of an infant's stomach.
Yeah, even
okay.
Yeah.
And okay, so but how did this happen?
How did this happen? So, sorry, I have a genetic disorder, but one that it's supposed to be hereditary, or like if my mom had it, I have a 50% chance of having it. I am the only one in my family that has this.
What's it called?
Gardner syndrome, but it's more it's more well known as FAP, familial adenomatous polyposis. I hate saying it because it's just like I probably said it wrong, but
we'll put it up on the screen. Okay, so it's a genetic thing then.
It happens. It's a genetic mutation of the APC gene that it happens obviously during gestation, so obviously when my little baba in the womb, but it's the APC gene is a gene that keeps like tumor growth
at bay.
Yeah.
So the APC gene is like the policeman. Normally found. So yours just doesn't want to. Your APC gene is like a South African police officer.
Yeah. It's
he just works when he wants to, right?
Yeah. It's like, and it's instead of mine being an APC, I have the genetic stuff. I'll send that too. It's APG. I think the C is a G. So I've got to
do the responsible lazy journalist thing, and I'm going to quickly Google it.
Yeah. So when we did the genetic testing, it was a very big, but basically I can say it's like the AP, the C was a G. So I have a spelling error in my DNA, and that's what's caused this.
Okay, so here, sorry, I'm just fix my hair, right? Because we have our makeup artist over there.
Yeah, no, I see.
Okay, so I did the responsible lazy journalist thing, and I I Googled it. Okay.
Oh, that's
so because it's weird speaking about this on camera and stuff. So don't worry, I got you.
You go.
So can I read this quickly and then?
Yeah.
Okay. So Gardner syndrome is caused by mutations in a gene named APC. Okay. A normal APC gene keeps cell growth in check by making sure cells don't multiply too quickly. But when an APC gene mutates, cells grow out of control. They then clump together and form abnormal growths. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that is. So, well, okay. So I can give you kind of a backstory and why this made sense to me.
Because you're the girl without a stomach, right? So it sounds like an X-Men origin story. So we need to get to the bottom of it. So how did they discover that you've got the syndrome? And then what was the process from there? You mentioned just now something very important about the dentist.
Yeah. So
and how old were you? Sorry, start there.
So when I remember my mom spoke about like I had lumps or bumps on my spine, on my back, that worried her, and I've got a lot of symptoms. I've got a lot of the symptoms of Gardner syndrome, but nobody connected the dots. So I've got osteomas. You should see. I had a doctor take a fan, see X-ray 3D, like it looks like my whole face in 3D, where you can see all the growths and stuff. I've got and my mom just like, no man, Leafy, everyone's got that.
Okay, so this is the dental stuff. So your teeth first started giving you problems.
So my so I had the lumps and bumps. My teeth, they always said my teeth didn't like they called me Sharky at the dentist because my baby teeth wouldn't come out. They had to take them out. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then because it's bone growths that are obviously keeping them there. But otherwise,
so
my teeth. It was more of a situation of I just finished university. I started working at the Little Herald, I think 2018, end of 2018. And in 2019, around that time, my dad said, because obviously we all want our teeth to at least look a little bit normal. And mine was giving me issues beyond like vanity, it was they were going skew and then they were hurting and it wasn't like a so we went to the dentist. I can't remember who the guy was. There was another dentist that did the
initial work.
That like would have done the
braces.
The braces.
Okay, so you first thought, it's easy. I'm going to go get some braces, get my teeth fixed.
Yeah. So and I know Dr. Dreyer because I think my sister, he's helped my sister and my dad and my dad's ex-wife. That's my dad's wife at that stage.
Okay.
So I know him. I never physically actually went to him, but he does help the orthodontist. Am I correct? I think that is a word. I think he helped him, and he looked at my scans, but he also looked at my face first. Then he looked at my scans, and then he called me and my dad in. He called us in to his office, and I'm always my doctor knows this already. The new doctors freak out a bit, but I always try to be positive. I'd rather laugh than cry. Sometimes I cry. It's more, but I always try and I try and be positive, right? And he called us in and he's like, I think your teeth aren't your main concern. I've spoken to my I've spoken to my colleagues. There's a foundation of something, I think in Africa, that he's a part of, that's also about like facial deformities and teeth and things. And anyway, he said, so basically what he said is, your teeth, don't worry about your teeth right now. There is a high chance of you having colon cancer. So, and I'm sitting in there, I'm like, okay, that's intense, but I'm trying to stay positive. I smile, I'm like, okay, so what's the next step? Doctor doesn't believe that I get what's going on, which is fair, because I was like giggling. I'm like, okay, who do I have to go to now to get this confirmed?
And colon cancer is it's serious business.
It is, it's
not like, oh, well, here's to take a pillicky.
Shame. Anyway, so I was like, so that's why I was just like, I don't think I've got colon cancer, but okay, anyway, let's do this. And he, but yeah, so he basically said it's so, sorry.
It's okay.
My face is either, I'm not sure if it's this way or that way, but it's not, it's like, well, I think this side of my face is a little bit smaller.
So it's asymmetrical.
Yes, but yeah. But yeah.
Is that now because of the growth caused by this faulty APC?
I think it's I'm not 100% sure, but it is part of this Gardner syndrome, like one of the symptoms, I think. Because when he looked at me, the first time he saw me, I think I was there with like my dad or my sister or something. He kind of, he looked at me, he's like, and something's there. And then, but yeah, so he basically told me, okay, I think you've got this thing called Gardner syndrome, where it is, if you've got a 100% chance of early onset colon cancer. 100% chance. It isn't if, it is a when.
So it's not a chance like you're going to get colon cancer.
Yeah, and also it is when they mean early onset, I mean at 22, that's about around the ages that people get like it. That would be
early.
I could have already had it.
Okay. So all right, you are you were then, how old were you then? 22.
22.
Okay, you are now
27.
27. Can you believe time flies?
I know. Yeah.
Anyway.
It's been, and so I went to the doctor Gert van der Merwe here for the scopes.
Mm-hmm.
And so he found out. Okay, so one of the so what you look for obviously in the scope with FAP or Gardner syndrome is hundreds to thousands of little polyps. Mm-hmm. So where a normal person, if they're 50, I think at 50 you need to start going for checkups and things, and a normal person might have like 1 or 2 polyps. It might take 10 years for those to get cancerous. It's not like
Is that in your small or your large intestine now?
Both.
Okay.
And in my stomach. But so first, the first focus is obviously the colon, because early onset colon cancer, we don't want that. But fortunately I didn't have it. So and there was and I don't have a stoma or any type of socky or baggy, I was fortunate enough that I had enough sparing in the last part, the rectum of my colon, that I was able to go and go to Unitas. I think Dr. Gordon, he's my main doctor. So I go to him, and he did a little bit of I think they call it a J pouch anastomosis or something. So he took my whole, basically again 90% of my colon out, and he took a little bit of my smaller intestine and kind of made a little pouchy. Obviously, if I eat and I don't eat, it doesn't run straight back up.
Okay, so now this is now where it gets to the juicy part, right? Because every single woman that I spoke to in the last week saying, you won't believe it, I'm going to interview, she's an old friend of mine, but she's got no stomach. Every single girl or woman that I said that to was like, oh, the lucky bitch. So, because because I said, well, and she said to me the most fascinating thing. You said to me, you get no cravings for food.
I have, so the thing is,
so no food whatsoever makes you like, you don't get hungry.
So, I can feel when my body gets like, I can feel my body needs, and I can feel my body needs energy, right? So I can feel kind of okay.
Wait, so you feel like lump and then
I can get those symptoms, but it's not as something like, and this was very like a horrible thing for me because I love food.
As all I do.
Yes, I love food. So obviously now with the colon removal, right?
Did they put the colon back?
No, it's gone. It's out.
Okay, so you've got no colon and no stomach.
I've got no colon. And then that was in 2019, right? So that was already an adjustment because then I couldn't eat anything I had to start on soft foods and learn, okay, what can I eat? What can't I eat? I had to also my body had to get used to the fact that I have to go to the bathroom way more than the average person because I don't have a colon.
So, okay, that's fascinating. So when you then, but you still had a stomach then?
I still had a stomach then, but obviously my, the food that I could eat,
soft food.
It's only soluble fibers. So I love raw veggies. I love them.
But you can't eat them anymore.
I can't eat them anymore. Can't eat any raw veggies. I can't eat broccoli or cauliflower or any beans. I'm allergic to peanuts and nuts in general and sesame seeds, but I can't eat those anyway. I can't eat them because of the colon. Sorry, let me just put this. I forgot. That is my fault.
Fascinating, huh?
So I'm already like, so it was already like a lot,
okay, wait, so this was now
2019.
Okay, then they just removed the colon, but you still had your stomach.
Yeah, so what then happened is we did a bi-yearly scope gastroscopy and colonoscopy just to make sure and take out little polyps we see in the colon, keep it, because for a normal person a polyp can take about 10 years to become like cancerous. For me, there was a stage now coming up to where my stomach was removed. There was a stage where every 6 months they do a gastroscopy and they take out polyps that look like that are displaying signs of becoming malignant. Okay, if that makes sense, right?
So what went through your mind when they said, listen, sorry, but we now need to remove your stomach?
What
did you think at that stage?
So the thing is, so when we got to this stage, I already had a lot of symptoms of my stomach. So obviously, your food gets the nutrients and all the good things your body absorbs from food goes through the stomach lining and the intestinal lining and all those things. And
yeah, that's your whole digestive tract, right?
Yes.
There, the whole thing.
And the thing is, I have pictures. I will send that to you as well. Of my everything, or it was like polyps on polyps on polyps. So I was already not really
absorbing
what I needed to absorb. It got bad when I had a very bad case of gastritis, and I went to my doctor and we did a scope, and he's like, "Your stomach's not looking good." This was, I want to say 2 years ago. He was like, "Okay, your stomach's not looking good. Let's just, let's keep an eye on it. Let me speak to the oncology people. Let me try and find someone overseas, because nobody's actually really dealt with Gardner syndrome.
Your version of
me. Nobody's dealt with. So he the only reason he's done the colon surgery once for a girl before me. He had done it once.
So is this a thing that's more? It affects females more than males?
No. So it's a genetic. It's it's not. It is not it's not just on your mother's side, or it affects anyone. There is people with a similar. So you get. I'll send you the
stats,
the genetic thing. So it's more like if I have the gene, there's a 50% chance, if I have the gene and I have kids, so there's a 50% chance of them getting it, male, female, non-gendered, if that's what they want to be. But that, if they get it, then they can pass it on. But if they don't, then they are safe. So it's just a gene that if I have it and I pass it on to someone, it's not
hereditary.
Yeah, it's no. You get the genes that are like silent.
Yeah, dormant.
And then you get the genes that are like the dominant, and then is it? But anyway, okay. Basically saying is, but with my body, I don't think I'm survive that.
Let's talk about when they took your stomach out and you woke up. Well, it was weird.
So we waited very long for my stomach operation. Let me just give you the background. So it was 2 doctors who did it. It was a Dr. Gordon that took out my stomach, right? But my duodenum, the first part of my smaller intestine, was also full up. It was like you could read Braille on it, how many polyps and things there are. So we had Dr. Gordon, who did the total gastrectomy, and then Dr. Jeske, who is a liver and
probably kidneys.
Yeah, he's a liver. Yeah, but he's also a liver and pancreas. There we go.
Okay.
So, we've been building up to this. It only happened now in May this year, because first of all, the one doctor that we wanted to get to do the surgery, he didn't believe, he only wanted to operate. See, dinner proc, I need to eat. He needed to operate. He didn't want to operate until like there is cancer, which to me is like, I'm doing this so that I don't get the cancer.
Proactive, and he wants to be reactive.
Yes, like I'm very much like, I'd rather get it out now before it becomes cancerous, because cancer, once you've got cancer in your body and you cut it, then I've not heard of it. It comes back. Anyway, and he wanted to take out my whole pancreas as well. Imagine that. That would have been, and that stressed me out. But fortunately, he didn't want to do it. I'm grateful for it. And the doctor was like, no, man, you just cut a little piece of the pancreas. I have no gallbladder, and so I had like a Whipple and a total gastrectomy with the duodenum as well, part out as well. So I've got like very little actually gastric tract in me.
Okay.
I think so. But yeah, so it's so what I wanted to, like what you said, like what did I feel like the first when I woke up? I prepared for it, in a sense, because when I went for the colon surgery, when I was in the hospital, I think I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and I lost 10 kilograms. Neda.
You see, this is why all the girls are going, she has this. This is fantastic. How can I get myself one of those? Okay. No. So do you feel nauseous still?
Yes. I am constantly like, I've got like all my nausea meds in here. So
but what happens? Like when you want to go, like, you can't throw up.
It's, Jonna knows. He sits next to me and we can't do anything. It's literally, I get the feeling of wanting to throw up. Like a regurgitate gagging feeling.
So your body goes through.
But there's just physically there's nothing. It can't throw up. Most of the times, it's just like
nothing, right?
Nothing. Yeah, it's like a little bit of, I think, spook. And then that's all. And
I think I should ask the next question to Jono, really. But can she fart still?
Not on my sheet.
no, but only like, but no.
Only like if she's on the toilet.
If I sit here and fart, then I'm very sorry. I will never show my face in the world again. I can't, since the colon colectomy, since I removed my colon, obviously I have gases and stuff, but I cannot, my body doesn't absorb the moisture from the stool, so it's liquid.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
So if I fart, it's not gonna be just like a poop.
It's gonna be a shart.
Yeah. So I need to. So in the bathroom usually, and that's always like, because I worked as a journalist now, and because so was it 2022 or 23? I decided, okay, because I was working for family, and I was like, but I miss journalism. Like, I miss
Why
it.
though? Why?
Because
people hate us, right? People hate journalists until they need us.
Can I tell you, I have people who still contact me to this day to ask how I'm doing. that they're praying for me. And I love the human interest part of journalism. I love hearing people's stories, and obviously, yeah, the government. But like, I was a journalist in Roodepoort, you know.
I remember at the Roodepoort Record.
Yeah, and if you go to my things, you'll see I was actually, I think my they didn't have a choice. I did a lot of animal stories. I did a lot of human interest. I did a lot of those type of things, because that's what I love, listening to a person's story and just like.
I actually remember that, because I used to find it funny when I get to a scene and here's Nicola and I'm like, but you're a human interest journal. What are you doing at a hard news story?
Yeah.
And you always used to like be so soft spoken and so nice to the people. And I'm just like, not that. So, okay, let's get back to like, okay, so you feel like you want to throw up, but you can't.
Yeah.
You can fart, but it's not a fart.
Yeah.
And you don't get hungry.
No. So, okay. So because I lost at least 10 kilos with the colon surgery, right? I prepared myself.
How do you prepare yourself to have your stomach removed?
Wow. I ate everything I love to eat: chocolate, cake, pannenkoek, flipping chocolates every day. I stuffed myself, and so far and it's helped, because so far after the surgery I've already lost 12 kilograms. So
that's actually that's.
So I prepared by like building up fat for it.
But that's. To me, your statement now is quite heart-wrenching in a way, eh?
It's like
because it's like if someone tells you that, listen, on this date is the day that you are going to die, right? And you go and prepare yourself for it by doing all the things that you love doing, because you know that you'll never be able to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is basically what happened now with your appetite. So how long before did you know, like, listen, on this date, we're going to remove my stomach. I better start chowing down on everything that's good in life.
So I thought, because I worked at I put in my resignation at the Record, or the Northsider, actually. I was a Northsider. I think I put it in November, so that like December I'm done. And then January, we thought it was going to happen in January, but then we had the problem with the liver and pancreas surgeon, because he was very moeilijk. I'm not going to lie, he was very moeilijk, and he was very like he didn't understand that I know like I've lived with this for like 5 years already, 6 years, I think. I don't know. Like, I'm not stupid. I know what needs to happen. But when we finally got Dr. Jeske, and he was like, yeah, no, we can do this. You don't have to take your pancreas out, because taking pancreas out means I had to then have a permanent like a permanent device connected to my body that regulates my sugar, like a I don't want to say a pacemaker, but it's like it's an
insulin regulator.
Yeah. So it's quite expensive, apparently. And then I would obviously have to like, if I was going to eat, let's say a piece of chicken, then I would have to calculate, okay, how many calories would this have? How many, or kilojoules would this have? And then I have to type it into the thing.
And then it regulates you, it adjusts your insulin accordingly.
Yeah, so that was horrible, and I was very thankful that I didn't have to get that. I try to always be optimistic, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to talk about like the surgery beforehand because obviously it's scary, but everyone wants to know all the details that I don't know how I'm gonna feel after the surgery. I don't know how I'm gonna eat. We'll figure it out as it goes. I assumed I'm gonna have to eat learn to eat again, which is fine because I thought I've done this once with the colon. I'll be able to do it again with this one.
Okay, so now how does your body get the nutrients that it needs? I remember you briefly mentioned something, but there was so much noise going on at the wedding. You mentioned about, I think you said once a month or once every week you get nutrients intravenously with a drip.
Yeah. So
where does that happen and how often does that happen?
That is at, I think, is it Dr. Erika Kurtzen?
Erika Kurtzen, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a drip, but it's the sister Tanya Cherry, I think Cherry. Yeah, so she usually does the drips for me.
Is that once a week?
It should be. The past few weeks, I've just been feeling like I'm not very good in the mornings. And the mornings are usually very hard for me because I need to wake up. My body needs to get nutrients in, and so obviously I'm nauseous, so it's like it's a battle. So she has an 8:30 one, and then she's got a 10 o'clock one. So I always try and go for the 10 o'clock drip.
So you have breakfast at 10?
I need to eat like my daily routine is usually, I've got an alarm at 6, but I think I'm now subconsciously just like snoozing it because I can't remember hearing it.
So do you wake up tired in the morning then? More than the average person? Like
I'm like I wake up and then it's like. And then I've got alarms for every 2 hours because every 2 hours I need to eat something.
And then what do you eat? Because, okay, so now we've established that there's no colon, no stomach, okay? So you can't eat anything that needs to be digested. Like it needs to be like...
So I need to eat high... like something with high protein content. They wanted me on protein shakes, but on protein shakes, but any type of like Ensure, Glucerna, Flippin, all those types of shakes. There's a thing called dumping. That is basically if something's too rich for your stomach, then your body kind of just dumps it, and it's the worst thing in the world because it literally wants it out of your body. You get nauseous, you get heat, like
fever,
so sweat.
It's almost like your body goes into anaphylactic shock.
It's like your body just like wants this out of it, and then you have to lay it there for a bit, and you're just like, oh my flip, and I don't know what to do. It's a horrible thing, and I get that when I drank the like I can drink it, the shakes, and I have to drink like a half, portion, and it's still it's fine when as soon as it hits like I guess it hits or it ingests like to where I think my stomach should be, then my body just like realizes it doesn't like it, and then it and then it's like the dumping syndrome. I'll send you. I've got a brief description of that as well. It's horrible. So sorry, what was you?
No, so what obviously this impacts like your life as a whole. But what areas, because we don't think about that, right? Like how does the fact that you now have this very complex syndrome, how does it affect different areas of your life, your relationship, your friendships, going out doing sports, going for a hike, going to weddings? Like, I mean, I remember at the wedding, you were sitting there and there was the most delicious buffet going on there. And you were just chilling there, like, and you had the small portion that your sister dished up for you. And then that was it. And then, I also remember you guys left around about the same time that I did.
Yeah.
You're tired.
Yeah, I can't like that.
Do you feel like you're getting tired? Does the tiredness just catch up to you and then that's it?
But I think I feel like it. I feel like get tired. Definitely. I'm tired already.
We're almost done.
No, don't worry. Life, like I said, I try to, I'm trying my best to stay positive. When I was in the hospital, I woke up after the surgery. It went faster than, so they got everything done faster than usual, which was good because it was supposed to be a 10-hour surgery, and I think it was 8 hours. Sorry, my brain.
Because you had a small stomach and it was really quick to remove it.
and because they it's actually interesting because they you like you've got the stomach, but you need to take out the gallbladder as well. So they connect those bile ducts or whatever to my smaller intestine. They have to take the first part of my smaller intestine out as well. So that's also a piece that's gone. And then they need to connect my liver, the bile duct, and so the pancreas and everything. So then, so they needed to do quite a few anastomoses. I'll see. I don't think I have anything that you can see it on properly. But it was a surgery. They gave me an epidural before the surgery. Can I just tell you?
No, I don't want to because I've seen them. It looks like a porcupine needle. Have you seen that shit, dude?
It was terrifying because they couldn't. So the first place that, because they numb you, they give you at least a little bit of a numbing, but then that section of spine or whatever where they wanted to put the needle in, the needle didn't want to go in, so they had to go one up.
Yeah.
So it was just.
I don't even know. Okay, but so let's get to the other part now. So how does it affect other things? Can you do sport?
No. So I'm on a group but they're mostly stomachless because of cancer or something. But I'm on a group of people, but they don't. Nobody. A lot of people can do sport, but they can do the shakes. And they have because I don't have the colon and I don't have the stomach and I don't have the duodenum, I struggle. If I go walking now, I think I'll pass out. I don't have any
energy.
And the cat. Remember, I need to eat. I need to eat to keep my body
functioning.
Yes, but also my weight. I need to keep my weight also at a good level. So if I go, let's say running or something, I can't do that because then that's gonna eat away at my calories.
So this is actually the opposite now. You don't want to lose weight. You want to actually just maintain.
I just want to maintain it. I think because I think.
Can you drink alcohol?
No, I've never been a drink like a person who drinks alcohol or smokes like 1 glass a year. Yeah, no, I don't. I wish I was someone who had like a vice, like a, alcohol or, I can't even vape. I can't even vape. That's it. Like, but when I woke up in the hospital, let me tell the ladies, give the ladies a warning why this is not what they want. It sounds amazing. You lose 12 kilos net. So I woke up in the hospital in intensive, trauma ICU, whatever, with a drainage pipe coming out of my one nose and a feeding tube out of the other. So both had tubes in. I had a central line. So they were feeding me, but they were also feeding me intravenously. And I couldn't. I hate ICU. It gives me such PTSD. The problem now is, the biggest problem that I've noticed now is my medicine doesn't always absorb. Like today, I can eat. Let's say I can eat a cottage pie today, and it's fine, and it goes in my stomach. Accepts it, and okay. If I try, and sometimes if I eat it the next day, then my stomach's like, oh well, my stomach. I'm saying stomach, but my body's like, no. So it's.
So you've essentially got like a ghost stomach. Right?
So I need,
because your body remembers that there's a stomach, or that there was a stomach. Yeah. It's like when people, when they lose their limbs, and then they still have feeling. So I think that's what's happening. That's fascinating.
And the thing is, like, I've got so I've got to. I can only, because my stomach is so small. Because my stomach is so small, I really can't eat a lot at once. So I need to eat 6 times a day. That's why I've got alarms going off every 2 hours on my phone to remind me, okay, I need to get something in. So the 10 o'clock went off now. I had a banana before I came. We didn't, I don't know what they have.
Okay, and so...
But anyway, so then I'll just find something. So, so I have to eat 6 times a day. Every 2 hours.
So, okay, what are we... you mentioned the Backer Buddy account. Why are we raising money? Raising awareness in order to get some funds for you to get a procedure.
So I got the procedure. Thankfully, I think I updated the Backer Buddy. The problem is momentum doesn't really. We're struggling to get them to put me. It's a PMB, I think. I'm not sure exactly, but like it's like I've got you register, or your medical aid knows, okay, no, you're type 1 diabetic, so you get the extra whatever benefits for that. Now we're trying to get momentum to see that this is a genetic thing. I'm going to have to do more scopes than normal. So we're trying to kind of just get the medical aid to just flip and see it, because this surgery cost a lot, and we've already paid a lot of money in. But for me, because you'll know, because you're a journalist, in 2019, I didn't I didn't tell anyone about my colon. I didn't tell anyone. I'm not. I like to tell other people's stories. I don't want to tell stories about me. I don't want like people. I don't know. It feels wrong asking people for money or for assistance. But then I started the Facebook. I've got a Facebook group, I think Gardner Syndrome South Africa or something, that I post in every now and again. I need to do another post, but it's a bit rough emotionally. So like, just raise awareness. People need to flip and, if you see that chocolate lying there, eat it, because I can't eat it. And like, you never know, it might come a step, like there might be a point in your life where you aren't able to do what you want to do anymore. So like, I'm hoping people just realize like like very intent on Magda and them. I tell them if there's like pudding or something that looks like I tell them they must eat it, because I can't.
Okay.
But
another thing, and then I think we're like getting to the end now, unless there's any other questions that I forgot to ask about.
And no, not.
Yeah. Okay, so wait, before we get to that, I think you've already kind of explained a normal day, right? You wake up at like 10 o'clock, you go for your intravenous breakfast.
Yeah, it's once a week on a Wednesday. So I wake up and then 8, I eat the banana. 10, I need to stock up. And I try and eat a yogurt. 12, hopefully there's leftovers from the day before from dinner. At 2, I need to eat again. So then I don't know. It's starting to get difficult because I'm not hungry. I'm not craving the food. So eating things
is like something you absolutely have to do.
It's like something I have to do, but I'm not. When you eat something, it's like, that's
like jungle oats,
so nice,
or ertjies. I really cannot put it in my body, but I know I must.
I can't eat ertjies.
Okay.
Jungle oats.
So going on a road trip with you must be absolutely fantastic because there's like 0 stops. Like you don't have to stop as much as what we do to go to the toilet and now you're hungry and now you're this.
Yeah. But I need to. So what I've done, like when we drove from my mom's place in Krugersdorp to here, it's about 4 or 5 hours. What I did was I had yogi sip, and for a meal, coincidentally, she had a pocky of chicken Viennas. And like one of those is a meal. So I so every 2 hours I was sitting there with a Vienna.
So what was your absolute favorite dish? Like what type of food did you like? Like was it Asian? Was it Indian? Was it fast food? Because I must just also say that you've never been an overweight person. Since I've known you, you've looked the same.
Yeah, I know.
Like I didn't even notice that you lost 12 kilos because I know you as a petite person.
Yeah, I need to get on the scale, but I don't want to. But yeah, no. So it's definitely like my favorite food. Okay, so I love my sushi,
which you can't eat now anymore.
I'll tell you now about that.
Can you eat sushi?
Well, I'll share a secret with you guys about that.
Put it in the blender. Blend it.
No. Luckily, fortunately, I need to chew my food like very fine, so I can't eat sushi with seaweed.
Okay.
But and the sizes, right, and the sesame seed. So I go to Bamboo, and they are
Fantastic.
Because they not only replace the seaweed with rice paper, take away the sesame seeds, and they cut the pieces extra small for me to eat.
So that's brilliant. You can still char sushi.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
And like but another thing was if like I like pastas and I like pizzas, and so a lot of the things I can't eat because like a pizza dough, bread, I don't think I can eat like those Melba toast.
Mm-hmm.
That's the closest to bread that I can eat, because it lumps, and then those lumps hurt. It makes like
I can just imagine.
Yeah, so it's so but there was a chocolate cake in at Cradlestone Mall. There was a chocolate cake, because what Magda my sister and I did the day before I needed to start. No, I didn't need to prep for the surgery, because usually with colon surgeries you must drink the stuff, and
you don't have to.
I didn't have to prep for that. No, yeah, but for this one I didn't have to prep for it at all, right? So I was so happy. So what Magda did was, we went to the mall, and we went to Doppio Zero, and like we ate. It was I can't remember what it's called, but it was like flapjacks, salted caramel sauce, and bananas. But like the bananas were like caramelized at the bottom, like that.
Ooh.
And it was just,
I don't know about you, but I do still get cravings, and that sounds fucking delicious.
And then after there, and then we topped it with they have a beef ragu pasta as well. The one that it's got like
ragu beef.
Oh, it was amazing. And then what else? And they've got a sweet potato side dish.
So listen, you talk a lot about food for someone that doesn't have a bloody stomach. Let me tell you.
That was like
your thing.
That was the farewell to my stomach. Food is like I wish I could, like I told like
stand closer to the mic.
It's I'm very food.
En die maakt niet nodig als je dat gemakkelijk zegt.
Food. Beter. Food. I always told people, even while I was working at the North Sider, food is like, I love food. I work hard for food, to eat food. I live for food. It's probably stupid because I don't just live for food.
No, you sound very normal, not stupid. I have a few friends in my life that are girls, and I can promise you, most females that I know live and work for their food. I promise you.
Sweet.
It's food and sleep, man. So,
yeah.
What did you also tell me when we had this brief discussion in the run-up to this talk? You said something about life expectancy. And I know it's a bit morbid. It's a bit more of a morbid topic. But it's a very real thing that you actually have to think about. And you have to keep it in the back of your mind for however long you need to, because you're 27 now. And I think you said the life expectancy is 36.
Yeah, 35.
That's how old Magda is now, eh? No, Magda's 33.
She's 9 years older than I am. What is the...
Yeah, 36, yeah.
Okay, that's it. Mathematics don't, like my brain has just...
Did your maths go along with the stomach?
Yeah, I think so.
So you see, I'm sure my teenage son has that same problem. Because, anyway, okay. So life expectancy is like 35, 36.
Yeah, so...
Is there a way to extend this life expectancy?
For what I'm doing now.
Okay, so we can assume that if we get enough people interested and aware of what's going on, it's that old thing that I always think about, or that always comes up in situations like this. It takes a village.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So let's get our village involved here. And how would be the best way for us as a community to help? What would we, and be straightforward. I mean, if the best way to help would be money, then we start raising money, because obviously there's certain medications that you must take. And as you grow older, it's going to get more and it's going to become more expensive.
I think the medical aid isn't really paying, is being a bit of a pain in the bum because of the paying, because there's medical aid rates that they'll pay, and then some doctors charge more for it or less for it. Can I just mention my doctors are very cool. When you go in for a surgery, you anesthesiologist. Like you usually see them for a minute before the surgery, and then you never see them again. Well, you see them when they tell you to try and keep your eyes open for as long as possible.
Because they're a little bit of an asshole like that because they know that you can't, right? So I always think why do you still give us this schlep or this spiel? Because you know that no one, I think they get a kick out of it. But anyway,
yeah. So the anesthesiologist that I got, she was waiting with me and the family before I went into the surgery. And she spoke to me about what to expect afterwards. I'm going to have pipes in my nose. I had 2 drainage pipes. She told me about the pain medications that she's going to
inflict upon you.
Yes, but what she's going to do, what she's going to give me in a drip and all those things. And then when we were in the surgical theaters, she actually because I told her I like Taylor Swift, so she played Taylor Swift music for me while I knocked out.
So you're a Swiftie.
I'm a Swiftie. I'm a Swiftie, and the thing is, she not only took my mom's number and messaged my mom throughout the whole surgery to keep my mom up to date. Okay, they're closing now. Everything's looking good. That whole
That's
thing.
Pretty cool.
She took my number as well, and she checks in with me regularly. She went while I was in the hospital with those pipes. I hated them because I felt I couldn't breathe. And I couldn't, and the first 3-4 days after the surgery, I couldn't have nothing. I couldn't drink anything. I couldn't have nothing in my mouth. Anything, any drinks or anything. I was not allowed anything, nil per mouth, because of everything. Obviously needing to heal and stuff. And she was a real support in that aspect, because she came and she told me, this is what this is about. And ironically, she came, I begged them, please just do the test where it's a swallow through thing where I, that contrast, said iodine, whatever.
Iodine, yeah.
Hate that stuff. I had to drink it and then swallow, and then they did a scan to see if it leaks, and it didn't leak, and I could get the drainage pipe out. I was so happy about that.
So,
because
okay, so we are going to put your BackaBuddy account details on the screen, yeah, and then should we put your number on as well for people who want to contact you? Maybe they want to help with something.
Yeah, no, especially if there are people, because it's such a, I think for me, the biggest thing for me is the fact that, I mean, this is something I was born with, and we only found out when I was 22. You know, and I mean, colon cancer is a thing that, like, you know, gets a lot of people. So for me also, I'd just love to. That's why I started the page. That's why I decided to. My family kind of forced me to do the Backer Buddy because I feel guilty because we all live in South Africa. We all live off, like, COVID messed with everyone. You know, everyone's struggling. I don't want to take from, you know, but awareness. I want people, like, if their stomach doesn't feel lekker, just go to the doctor. Just, you know,
be proactive. Go and check it out.
Listen to your body, because flip. Imagine my ex then and I were still together, and I moved to flipping Stellenbosch or something, and then I could already have been dead from colon cancer, you know.
So it means you're not going to get colon cancer now, right?
No, because they're obviously checking that last little piece of the colon, but it looks clear. Like I think they're just monitoring it now, but the polyps have lessened since we've removed the rest of the.
So it's gone kind of normal.
Yeah.
So the chances are looking good.
So what they're doing now is on this is September, the 6th of September. I need to be like, I feel like I've got a lot of PTSD from hospitals, but I need to be booked in for the scopes again and the blood tests and everything. And I am so not looking forward to it. I was because of my nausea being so bad, it really gets worse. Like, I've got nausea, I think this plus one little rapid tab of that camera, this I think is like 700 rand or something.
Sure.
This is a rapid tab, so it's what they give cancer patients usually, but it's a nausea med that you put, like, under your tongue, and then it
releases.
It helps. But I've got Valoid as well, because I didn't have a lot of money. I don't have the money to flip and to you know, because I get nauseous. Oh, no, Urbanals. But I get like who has the money? And I mean that was, I think it's 8 in a packet of nausea meds, and then there was other thing that also, but like the medications are so expensive.
And that's even with medical aid.
That's even with medical aid. Yeah, my medical aid got depleted. Oh, I did the I went for one of those capsule endoscopies. I don't know if you've heard of it, where you swallow the pill that looks like a camera.
Yeah.
The camera looks like a pill, does they?
World's best spy cam.
But and the funny thing is it went through my body faster than a normal person's body, so it was still taking pictures. And it was still a bright light. So obviously I knew when it came out.
Okay, but the thing is, of course it's going to go through your body faster than a normal person, because you've got 21 kilometers less for it to travel.
So it was funny. You were at home. Nothing really came out with it. So it wasn't like.
So did you see it hit the water? like the toilet water.
Yeah. So
Really?
Yeah. So I and
Is it a video that plays or a?
it takes a like a, it
a whole
takes
bunch of
pictures.
really-
Yeah,
yeah.
like pictures. So I took
Was the
tissues.
camera facing the other way when it came out? Or was
I
it
have-
facing the water?
I have no idea, but I took tissues and I was like, this thing cost me 28,000 that I
I
have.
was about to say, where do we buy one?
Like can I sell it on the black market? So I took a lot of tissues and I took it out and I put it under the water because I was like, that is something that I'm gonna keep. I'm not gonna
So,
do it.
okay, but now what do you plug it into USB and then just download the pictures? Or do you
so
give it to the hospital?
No, so technically it's disposable. It should, go down the toilets and all, but it's flipping cool. It looks like a spy cam. So you wear a belt and a monitor that connects to the camera. So and then the monitor had like a light beeping. I think it was a red light or something. And every time the light beeped, or not beeped, but like flashed. Sorry, my brain. The light, every time the light flashed, my this thing was taking a picture. So it was flashing a lot. But
This is fascinating.
it was a lot of money.
It's almost as fascinating as what this entire hour's worth of discussion was. So thank you very much, Nicola. It is not always that you get to speak to someone that's got no stomach, okay, and no colon. And what else don't you have? Because you've got a great sense of humor. You didn't use that.
Yeah, I don't have a gallbladder. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I woke up this morning. Yesterday, I slept the whole day. I think it was because of those jellies that I ate or something yesterday. But Saturday Saturday, Vonnie was with me. Okay, no, so Saturday I had a friend over. I can't even remember what we did. We didn't. We were not. Yeah, we were coloring in. But Sunday I was like the whole day I was out. I was like, and this morning I woke up and I've got this like slime sinus thing going on. I don't know how to handle it without a stomach because I'm on a lot of meds. I'm on antidepressants that are, they're like these little molecules inside a capsule, and it's a slow release.
Yeah.
Pill.
So it keeps you on that level.
And I
throughout the
can't.
day.
Yeah, and I can't. My body cannot do slow release or timed release stuff, right?
0 patience for that. Your patience left the moment that your stomach left.
Yeah, so my stomach can't, it doesn't, so I don't absorb my antidepressants as I should, I get the first little bit and then I don't. And in the to be realistic, I can sit and I can laugh and talk about this, and joke, because I like, I always try to be positive, but like, I'll tell you, this morning I was an emotional mess because yesterday, the whole day, I realized I slept through a whole day yesterday, and my sinuses are messing with me, and my antidepressants aren't working. None of my meds that are slow release are working, and it was overwhelming because it's even though I look very cheerful,
Well, you should be cheerful. You're sitting in the Bullet Point studio with your favorite journalist. But Nicola, it's been a pleasure speaking to you, and all the best. And please do keep us updated. I am going to probably make myself something to eat now. Thank you for making me hungry.
Oh yeah, I need to go figure out what I can eat.
Enjoy your cup. So whenever you drink something, you put it in that cup.
And
And if anybody else asks about the cup, you tell them to scan the barcode on there. Okay. And this podcast will probably be live this weekend or this week. So thanks, Nicola. I know it was not easy to talk about, but it's fascinating. And I hope
it is definitely I enjoy talking about it, like, because it's weird.
yeah, because you're like part of the X-Men, but like in a weird kind of situation, you know. So thank you very much. And if there's anybody that is watching that really wants to help or can help, the most important thing I think is people who can help, because everybody wants to help. But you must remember that you should help where you can, if it's a little bit or if it's big or whatever.
Yeah, like I don't want to say, give me the money. But even if there's someone, because what I'm struggling with is finding people to connect with that's been through something like this, if that makes sense. I have not found one person in South Africa who's gone through what I've gone through. And I think that's also kind of a terrifying thing, because if you need a support group, and I've got my family and they're very supportive, and
but no one can relate.
But yeah, I can't. There's no one I can talk to someone and say, hey, yeah, I remember that feeling. I mean, I talked to the Stomachless support group on Facebook, but theirs is just stomach. They've got their colon. So for them, they can eat
whatever they want.
Peanuts. So like the proteins that I can't get, they can get in. So they don't
Okay, so if there's anybody out there that
doesn't have a stomach,
that doesn't have a stomach, a colon, and a gallbladder, and has a great sense of humor, like our Nicola, then please do get in touch with us, and then we can get the two of you in touch with each other, and that'll be fantastic, because then the two of you can relate and support each other.
I think that's the biggest thing, because I do not know where I'm going. Like I can't, like my life has become such a thing where like I don't know where I'm going to be in 5 years. Because I mean, 5 years back, like if you told me 10 years ago I was going to sit where I am now, I would be like, no, man,